You're standing in a grocery aisle doing that little maybe they restocked lap like it's a ritual. But the shelves aren't empty in a dramatic movie way. They're empty in a quiet, this is normal now way. So let me ask you something. What's your plan when Best Buy turns into good luck? Most people stockpile the wrong stuff because they've been trained by packaging, not chemistry. Expires is usually a label, not a law of physics. And the supply chain loves people who panic buy junk that spoils while it sits. Today I'm giving you 12 stockpile items that don't die on a calendar. Not trendy, not glamorous, not sponsored by a flashlight company with a logo the size of a dinner plate. These are the backbone supplies that stay useful when time and chaos start chewing on everything else. If you want to be part of the tiny percentage that doesn't learn preparedness the hard way, hit subscribe. Drop a comment with the one thing you're worried will run out first where you live. And then lock in, because this is the quiet advantage that compounds. Now, never expire doesn't mean invincible. Water, oxygen, heat, and pests can ruin almost anything if you store it like a raccoon with a spending problem. The real game is choosing stable materials, then protecting them from the four enemies. Here's the rule the unprepared never learn. Food going bad is often microbes, fats oxidizing, or moisture moving where it shouldn't. If an item has almost no water activity, or it's acidic enough, or it's basically pure mineral, it can sit for decades and still do its job. That's not magic, just chemistry and biology being predictable. You're not building a pantry, you're building a logistics buffer, a buffer that stays relevant even if you forget it for 2 years or 10, or your life goes sideways and you can't rotate like a perfect prepping robot. And before we start, understand this. Half the population will try to solve scarcity with impulse purchases and vibes. While they chase fragile calories, you're stacking forever utilities. And utilities win. First up, salt. Salt is the oldest survival cheat code on Earth, and it's not because it tastes good on fries. It's because it controls biology, and biology controls everything you eat. Salt doesn't expire because it's a mineral, not a living thing. Keep it dry and it will outlive you, your neighbors, and probably your neighbors' opinions. It clumps when it gets wet, but clumps are annoying, not deadly. Tactically, salt does 3 jobs: flavor, electrolytes, and preservation. In a stress event, people get dehydrated and depleted fast, especially if they're sweating, walking, or living on bland starch. Salt keeps your engine firing. Action step: store salt in multiple formats. Iodized for nutrition, non-iodized for preservation and long storage, and coarse for curing and brining. Put it in sealed containers, then stash a small daily use jar so you're not opening the main stash constantly. Next, sugar. People treat sugar like a guilty pleasure, but in collapse math, sugar is a stabilizer. It's fast calories, morale, and a preservation tool that doesn't care what year it is. Sugar doesn't support microbial growth well when it's dry, because it binds water and makes life hard for bacteria and mold. That's why jams and syrups work when done right. The enemy is moisture, not time. Sugar also matters for barter, especially in prolonged disruptions. Coffee gets attention, but sugar is universally understood, and it turns bitter survival drinks into something human. Comfort is not weakness. Comfort is compliance with reality. Action step: store white sugar, not brown, for long-term stability. Brown sugar is white sugar plus molasses, and molasses brings moisture and flavor compounds that change faster. Seal it tight, and if it bricks up later, you can still use it. Third, honey. Honey is basically nature's antiseptic dessert that refuses to die. Archaeologists have found ancient honey that was still usable, and that's not folklore. That's low water activity doing work. Honey crystallizes. That's normal. The internet will panic and call it spoiled, and the internet also thinks the earth is flat, so relax. Warm the jar gently in hot water, and it liquefies again. Honey brings calories, wound care utility in a pinch, and serious morale value. When everything tastes like rice and regret, a spoon of honey is a psychological reset. That matters more than people admit. Action step: buy real honey in glass if possible, and store it cool and dark. Keep the lid clean, avoid introducing moisture, and you've got a sweetener that can survive decades while the world does its little panic dance. Fourth, distilled white vinegar. Vinegar is cheap, unsexy, and absurdly powerful, Because acidity changes the rules. It cleans, it preserves, it flavors, and it helps you control your environment. Vinegar doesn't go bad in the way food does because it's already the end state of fermentation, acid plus water. It might get sediment or smell sharper, but it stays vinegar. Time mostly just makes it more itself. Tactically, vinegar supports pickling and quick preservation when refrigeration is unreliable. It's also a cleaning agent when supply chains choke and store shelves turn into a museum exhibit. Clean tools and surfaces reduce illness, and illness destroys groups faster than drama. Action step: store distilled white vinegar for utility and a smaller stash of apple cider vinegar if you like it for food. Keep bottles sealed, rotate the ones you use, and stash a few in a separate location because vinegar is a multi-mission asset. Fifth, baking soda. If you only know baking soda as that box in the fridge, you're missing the whole tool. It's a base, a mild abrasive, and a deodorizer that doesn't care about expiration dates when stored dry. Chemistry time. Sodium bicarbonate is stable as a powder, but it reacts when exposed to moisture and acids. That's why it works for cleaning and neutralizing odors. It's reactive on purpose. Keep it dry, keep it sealed, and it stays ready. In a grid-down scenario, hygiene gets harder and stink becomes a social problem. Baking soda helps with odor control, simple toothpaste backups, and cleaning cookware without destroying finishes. Small comforts keep people functional. Action step: repackage baking soda into airtight jars or mylar bags and keep a couple open-use boxes for daily life. Store it away from strong-smelling chemicals so it doesn't absorb odors and become minty gasoline. Sixth, cornstarch. Cornstarch looks boring because it is boring, and that's the point. It's a dry, stable thickener that turns weak soups into real meals and helps stretch calories without fancy ingredients. Cornstarch doesn't truly expire if you keep moisture and pests out. It may pick up odors or clump if stored wrong, but it remains usable. In survival cooking, texture is morale, and morale is fuel. Cornstarch also has non-food utility. It can reduce friction, help with simple fabric freshening, and stabilize homemade slurries for cleaning projects. It's not glamorous, it's just reliable. Reliability is what you're buying. Action step: store cornstarch in mylar with oxygen absorbers inside a food-grade bucket or in airtight jars if you prefer smaller quantities. Label it, date it, and don't store it next to chemicals that off-gas. Seventh, dry white rice. Not brown rice, white rice. Brown rice has oils in the bran that oxidize and go rancid faster, and you're not here for heartbreak. You're here for stable calories. White rice is basically starch with very low fat, and low fat means slow oxidation. The limiting factor is oxygen and moisture, not time. Seal it right and it becomes quiet insurance you can ignore until you need it. Here's the tactical value. Rice is a calorie base that pairs with literally anything. Salt, beans, canned meat, bouillon, wild greens, rice makes it a meal. And in a prolonged disruption, meals keep people predictable. Action step: store rice in mylar bags with oxygen absorbers, then inside buckets to stop rodents and punctures. Write the pack date, and keep a working bucket for daily rotation so your long-term stash stays sealed and untouched. Eighth, dry beans and lentils. People complain beans take time to cook. Like time isn't the one thing you'll have more of when society slows down. Beans are protein, fiber, minerals, and calorie density that stores like a rock. Beans don't spoil easily when dry, but they do get harder with age. That doesn't make them useless, it makes them slower. A pressure cooker, longer soaking or grinding into flour turns hard beans into still food. Tactically, beans reduce dependence on fragile meat supply chains. They also stretch rice into complete meals by balancing amino acids, which is nerd talk for you stay stronger longer. Weak bodies make bad decisions. Action step: store a mix: pinto, black, kidney, lentils, split peas. Package the same way as rice: mylar, oxygen absorbers, bucket armor. Then practice cooking them now, so prep food doesn't become emergency stomachache. Ninth, wheat berries and other whole grains. Flour goes stale because it's already processed and has more exposed surface area. Whole grains are the ammo can version of carbs. Stable, protected, and ready when you need them. Whole grains store for a long time because the oils are protected inside the kernel. Grind them when you need them, and you get fresh flour without betting your life on a supermarket bakery aisle. This is old-world logistics, and it works. Tactically, this gives you bread, porridge, thickener, and calorie-based options when morale is tanking. Variety reduces food fatigue, and food fatigue makes people stop eating enough. That spiral is quiet and ugly. Action step. Store wheat berries, oats, or corn in sealed mylar with oxygen absorbers, then buckets. Buy a manual mill if grains are in your plan, and test it now, because learning under stress is how mistakes breed. 10th, high-proof distilled spirits. I'm not telling you to party through the apocalypse. I'm telling you that stable alcohol is a chemical tool and a trade item that doesn't rot like sugary drinks. Distilled spirits stay stable in glass, sealed, away from heat and sunlight. They can support sanitation tasks, cleaning sticky residue, and controlled fire starting when conditions are wet, used responsibly, not recklessly. And yes, they barter well because humans remain humans. The advantage is portability and density. A small volume carries a lot of utility. But the dark truth is this: anything valuable attracts attention. Keep it discreet and never flash it like you're trying to win a popularity contest. Action step. Store only what you can secure and control, and keep a small portion separate for daily life or gifting. The rest stays sealed, cool, and quiet. Not everything needs to be known. 11th, bar soap. Not body wash. Not a fancy gel that separates into sadness after 2 winters. Real bar soap is fats turned into salts, and when cured and stored dry, it can last for years and years. Hygiene isn't luxury and a disruption, it's operational capability. Skin infections, dental problems, and basic grime can knock you out of the fight of daily living faster than any dramatic threat. Soap is prevention in a brick. Soap also does laundry basics when detergents vanish. You can grate it, dissolve it carefully, and keep clothes and bedding functional. Clean fabrics reduce itch, rashes, and morale breakdown. Yes, morale again. It's always morale. Action step. Buy unscented, simple ingredient bars and store them in a dry, ventilated container to prevent trapped moisture. Rotate one small batch for daily use and keep the main stock wrapped and separated from strong odors. 12th, candles, especially beeswax or quality paraffin. Light is productivity, and productivity is survival. When the grid stutters, darkness isn't scary, it's expensive. Candles don't expire, they just get softer in heat and dusty if you store them like a barbarian. Properly stored, they're stable, stackable, and silent. They also reduce battery burn when everyone else is draining electronics for comfort. Tactically, candles support low signature light, small heat, and routine. Routine keeps a household calm when everything outside is chaotic. Calm people make smart choices. Action step. Store candles in cool, dry places and keep spare wicks and a simple lighter sealed in a bag nearby. Don't rely on one lighting method. Layer it like a sane person. Now let's talk about the multiplier everyone ignores. Storage discipline. You can own forever items and still lose them to moisture because you stored them next to a leaky basement wall, like you were trying to grow a mushroom farm. Environment beats intention. Heat accelerates chemical reactions. Light breaks down compounds. Humidity invites mold and pests. Your storage plan is basically a war plan against physics. Your best friends are airtight containers, mylar bags, oxygen absorbers, and food-grade buckets. That's not prepper aesthetic, that's simple engineering. Reduce oxygen, reduce moisture transfer, and add a physical barrier against teeth. Rodents don't negotiate. And here's the kicker. Diversify locations. One leak, one pest event, one oops the water heater blew, and your single stash becomes a sad story you tell at a cookout that no longer exists. Split your stock between zones. Also, label like an adult. If you can't tell what's in a bucket, you will open it just to check, and every opening is oxygen and humidity sneaking in like thieves. Date the pack, mark the contents, and leave it alone. Now let's build the actual strategy with these 12. Think in layers: base calories, preservation tools, sanitation tools, and morale tools. While other people hoard fragile snack foods, you're building a system that still functions next year. Base calories are rice, beans, and grains. Preservation tools are salt, sugar, honey, vinegar. Sanitation tools are soap, alcohol, baking soda. Morale and function are candles and the sweeteners that make hard days tolerable. See the pattern? Systems, not stuff. Here's a nasty truth. People underestimate how fast normal disappears. Not because they're dumb, because they're busy. Bills, work, kids, stress, dopamine scrolling. Then one day the trucks don't show up, and suddenly your plan is hope. So take 5 minutes and do a quick reconnaissance task today. Open a notes app and list how many pounds of rice, beans, and salt you already have. Then write the next small, boring purchase that upgrades your buffer without destroying your budget. Small moves stack. Then do the second task. Identify your best storage spot. Cool, dry, dark, stable temperature. If your storage plan is a hot attic, congratulations, you invented a slow cooker for your own supplies. Fix the environment before you buy more. Third task. Package one thing properly this week. 1. A single Mylar bag of rice sealed with an oxygen absorber is a victory. The prepared minority isn't made of superheroes, it's made of people who actually complete small actions. Now the dark truth, because you deserve honesty. These 12 items won't make you invincible. Nothing makes you invincible. They just give you better odds, more options, and a longer runway while the unprepared burn through theirs in days. And options are power. Options let you stay home instead of joining crowds. Options let you help selectively instead of being forced into desperate generosity that collapses your own stability. There's no perfect answer, just trade-offs. So here's your choice. You can keep buying fragile, feel-good supplies that expire while you're living your life, or you can build a quiet, permanent core stash that stays useful no matter what month it is. Open a new tab right now and start with one of the 12. Then come back and comment which one you chose, because the 0.1% who act are the only ones who get to say, "I'm ready."